You and my friends.
What's going on, guys? My name is Jacob. I'm back to a brand new video. Today I am here to talk to you about some testing, and today I'm going to be reviewing the first Formula 1 test of the 2016 season. So first of all, I'm going to tell you the teams that completed the most amount of laps. Well, all the teams, how many laps they completed over the course of the testing. And first was Mercedes with 675. Toro Rosso was second with 447 laps. Then it was Sauber with 432. Williams was fourth with 377. Red Bull with an improved 369. Ferrari 353 laps. Then Renault completed a good 343 laps. Force India completed a good 333 laps. Haas completed 281 laps, with McLaren a much improved 257 laps, and then Manor completed 254 laps. So really, it's not. There was only, I think there's only a change of three between Manor and McLaren, but definitely a much improved run by McLaren. Obviously, they didn't. Obviously, I think they only completed like 5 laps or something last year, which wasn't very good. But the results of the first test. Obviously, it was Sebastian Vettel was fastest, with Lewis Hamilton in second, Daniel Ricciardo in third, Valtteri Bottas in fourth, and Alfonso Celis in fifth. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but that's how I think it's pronounced. Jenson Button, a very improved sixth for McLaren, and Sainz finished seventh, with Ericsson in eighth, Verline in ninth, Grosjean in 10th, and Palmer in 11th. So the Ferrari have seen very quick. They've been quick. They were quickest on throughout the 4 days of the first test, and then day 2, Vettel was again in the car and he was fastest and completed 126 laps, which is a lot more than he completed on the first day. First day Vettel completed 69 laps, and then the second day completed 126 laps. So that is very much improved. And Ricciardo was second on day 2, along with Perez in third. A very good run by Perez for third for Force India, with Perez coming third. And Vettel was 7/10 ahead. Daniel Ricciardo finished second, so obviously quite a big gap. And they were both on the ultra soft tyres. Rosberg was in fourth. Ericsson was in fifth. Sixth was Gutierrez for Haas. Seventh was Valtteri Bottas. Eighth was Pascal Wehrlein. Ninth was Fernando Alonso. It's quite a spectrum because 6th and 9th, there's 3 places between that, so Button was 6th, Alonso was 9th, and that was in 2 days, so I don't really know what was going on there. And then Palmer finished in 10th with Verstappen in 11th. So obviously it's Ferrari looked like a very good package, but day 3 was very interesting, because that was when Raikkonen was in the car, and day 3, Hulkenberg topped the session, completing 99 laps with Grosjean second for Haas. Then it was Raikkonen, then it was Magnussen in 4th for Renault. 5th was Rosberg, 6th was Sainz, 7th was Felipe Massa, 8th was Lewis Hamilton, 9th was Daniel Kvyat, 10th was Felipe Massa, 11th was Jenson Button, so obviously McLaren was just dropping down, and then 12th was Rio Haryanto in his debut for Manor. And then we finally got on to day 4. Raikkonen was fastest, and Kvyat was second, with Celis in third. 4th was Kevin Magnussen, so obviously good. Renault having quite a good run. I think they've got a much improved engine this year. Verstappen in 5th, with Nasser in 6th, and then it is the 2 Mercedes lying stern, with Rosberg in 7th and Hamilton in 8th. Then it was Massa in 9th and Gutierrez in 10th, with Rio Haryanto in 11th and Fernando Alonso in 12th, not setting a lap. Doing 3 laps, but they did have a few failures, but we saw that Mercedes completed the most laps, and Lewis Hamilton actually completed more than Nico Rosberg, and it was very interesting. But Ferrari, they were fastest on day 1, 2, and day 4. So I'm not entirely sure what is happening there, because in theory, they are the fastest, but we can't go by that because they use the ultra soft tyres. Mercedes only used the medium tyre, and they were still 2 seconds faster in testing than they were last year. But Ferrari, they've been the fastest, but you think about it, they were in this position last year and they didn't, and they ended up finishing third in the first race. But so Mercedes, I think, will still be the team to beat. Ferrari, I think, will be closer, but I wouldn't be surprised if Vettel or Raikkonen get to pole and goes on to win the first Grand Prix in Australia. I wouldn't be surprised at that because that is generally what happens. I'm now going to read you there was 20 drivers that competed. I thought there was 23, but obviously not. But there was 22 drivers that completed the first test, and I'm going to tell you the order of them and what tyre they used. So, and this is overall in terms of the speed. So Vettel was fastest on the ultra soft tyre, with Nico Rosberg in second for Force India on the super soft tyre. Then it was followed by Kimi Raikkonen and Daniel Ricciardo, both using the ultra soft tyre, with Perez in fifth on the super soft, ahead of Daniel Kvyat, who was again using the ultra soft, and seventh was Celis using the soft tyres. Rosberg was eighth on the medium tyres, ahead of Marcus Ericsson and Ken Magnussen using the soft tyres. There was Carlos Sainz Jr. in 11th using the medium tyres, ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who was amazingly in 12th using again the medium tyres. And then in 13th was Gutierrez, followed by Bottas, Grosjean, Verline, Nasser, Button, and Palmer and Massa. All of them from 13th to 19th, from 20th to 20th, using the soft tyre. And 21st was Max Verstappen using the medium tyre, and then obviously in 22nd was Rio Haryanto on the soft tyre. So the first test was very interesting. I don't know which team was going to be fastest. Testing is always never anything to go by, because you can never know which team is actually going to do really well in testing. But testing is testing. They can use whatever tyre they want, they can do whatever setup they want, they can use basically whatever they want. So we actually don't know. But this year the tyre rules changed, so you actually allocate specific tyres for a specific Grand Prix, and you can even do it for a specific driver. And Pat Simmons, Williams, says I think they've already selected the first 4 or 5 races of tyre allocations, and that was before the new qualifying rules came in. And speaking of the new qualifying rules, it's very interesting. I don't know whether it's going to make it more exciting or not, but I'm going to read out what they actually are, just so you know. So Q1 is going to be 16 minutes, and then after 7 minutes, the slowest driver in Q1 is eliminated, and then the slowest driver is eliminated at every 1 minute and 30 seconds until the checkered flag, and that means 7 drivers will be eliminated and 15 will progress to Q2. But basically, I don't know how it's going to work, because Spa, it's a long track. I think they set 1 minute 55 seconds lap times around there. So 1 minute 30 seconds. It's really going to mix it up, and if it's a wet qualifying, it's going to be even more difficult. But I don't know whether I like these rules or not. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, it could make top drivers end up being quite low down. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then Q2 is 15 minutes, and then the slowest driver is eliminated after 6 minutes, and again the slowest driver is eliminated every 1 minute 30 seconds after that until the checker flag, and that means another 7 drivers are eliminated, and that means 8 drivers progress to Q3, and then Q3 is 14 minutes. After 5 minutes, the slowest driver is eliminated. Then the slowest driver is eliminated every 1 minute 30 seconds until the checker flag again. And then in the end, we have 2 drivers left shooting out of pole in a 1 minute 30 second session. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll have to wait and see, because 1 minute 30 seconds, it just doesn't seem logical to me. I think they kind of need to tailor it to every racetrack, but they probably won't. But I don't know how this is going to work, so we'll have to wait and see at the first race in Australia. Apparently it hasn't been confirmed by the FIA yet, but they have all agreed on it. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to be. But yeah, that's pretty much my review of the first test. I think that Ferrari and Mercedes, they definitely did well. I mean, Mercedes obviously setting the most laps, and Ferrari obviously being the fastest, but we can't go on laps. And I think McLaren's done very well. Obviously completing 257 laps. I think last year they only completed like 5 or 6 laps, and that was over the 2 tests. So they've already they completed over a race distance in the first test. but they weren't having the best reliability in the last 2 days. They just dropped down. Honestly, I mean, Button was 6th in the first day. Then in day 2, Alonso was 9th, and in day 3, Button was 11th, and then finally in day 4, Alonso was 12th without sitting out time. So they just did drop down, but I don't know how it's going to be in Test 2. Test 2, I think, is the 1st of March to the 3rd of March. I think that's it. Don't quote me on that because I don't actually know. But yeah, that is basically my review of the first test, and this will be coming out at 4 o'clock on the 26th of February, and that is because I'm uploading another video at 5, and so an hour after this one, again on the same day. So a double upload today, just because I really want to get this video out, because I have to get this video out, also because I want to get another video out with an announcement which I'm very excited about, because I finally got my wheel working on my PC. Because if you don't know, I bought F1 2014 on my PC. I finally got it working on my PC, which was, I don't know why it didn't work in the first place, but it was quite fiddly. Originally I got F1 2013, got a refund for that because my wheel turns out isn't supported, whereas it is supported on F1 2014. But basically, nevertheless, I've got it all sorted now, and you can expect another video at 5, an hour after this one. So that's basically it. So if you have enjoyed this video and you found it informative, please give it a big like, comment down below what you thought, subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter at F1Petrod_. As always, there's a link set down in the description, and I will see you next time.
Other people say